Good evening, everybody, and we are all looking good for the fun time of Arena. Just because we can, and we've got to beat Lefty to the next Abyss path. So it should be quite a fun stream. So just doing the milestones, same old drill. Not anything too drastic. Not sure. So that's all working. Doesn't look like live chat's working. Not sure why. Oh, it's fine if I pop it out. Not really sure why that's doing that. I can see it now. Just not to get that on there. And I think we're good to go. Alright, so this will probably only take about an hour, I would have thought. Maybe a little bit more. I only do the featured ones. I don't do them all like Lefty does. I just find it rather annoying and boring. And I just can't be bothered with it, to be honest. When you do that much Arena, it's just same. But depending on how it all goes and how fast we get through it, which, as I say, it shouldn't take that long. I might do a quick run through of, I think I've got about 1.5 pass of uncollected till 100% that, the event quest, which will give me another 5-star, and the Mystic and Science dual class is in. So we are still hunting Doom for the... Oh, I don't even know how many crystals I've opened in there now. It just will not give it up. AC, how you doing, man? Sorry, I didn't see your first message. Oh, pineapple. This arena is decent for gold. I don't need any, to be honest. We've been living in Arena for so long now and crashing through content that I've massively outweighed the gold that I need. I've got nearly 22 million gold, and even we're doing the dailies, the 24-hour events, even the level up event, which I think is on at the minute. I think I've just done it. Even doing that, it just doesn't seem to be going down. But I'm at the position where I'm starting to get stuck for rank ups, for level ups. I'm sort of running out. I haven't got any champs left. All my 6 stars are at max rank 1 or higher, and all of my 5 stars are all maxed out rank 1 or higher as well. So I don't like pushing catalysts into champs. Well, not at the moment. But not like Brian Grant does, and he's getting, because he lives in Arena, so it's sort of ideal for him. JB says, Shadow, hey Reese, how you doing, man? What are you doing up this late? So yeah, so watching Brian Grant and stuff, he's I'd say it's worth him as a full free-to-play player to live in Arena, but it's not my idea of fun. So not for me. Playing games. Well, I kind of gathered that, dude. That's what I'm doing up this late. I just get told off for it in the morning. Or afternoon, whenever I get up. Or whenever my kids jump on me. That's more of an accurate description. Yeah, no, this is just for units and battle chips. AC, so it's not a gold dependent thing. Because hopefully, with any luck, next weekend, I'm hoping to have. I'm looking for another 1,000 units, but we got 88 coming in the calendar. We've got a few more greater red envelopes, which I have opened quite a few of those, and I only got units out of the last 5 pop I did, which gave me 200 and something, 220 I think it was, which was nice. Nothing like free units. So I need 1,000 units in a week, which should be easy doable. It's just whether if I get shafted on the battle chip openings. With what other streamer I got? I got Top Knocker because 3 people have subbed to him. Yeah, what with Lefty? Yeah, I got raided by him because someone else told him about me. And I pretty much watch all of his streams now. His stream is really fun to watch. But I messaged you the other night, or last night, whenever it was, to come and, because he was at 399 for ages, and I thought it would be quite funny to have you as the 400th, but you didn't look at your phone. But he's at 400 and I can't remember what I saw him at now. I was watching him before I came on here. So I have no doubt he'll probably raid me again. Yeah, because I was watching the stream, man. I was watching the stream when you went in and subbed and brought your friends in. So that was cool. That was nice to help him out. I'd say he's quite cool, and his stream is much more interactive than mine. He's put a lot of work into that. You know, hat off to him for that, because that is a lot of work, and it's not really my cup of tea to do all that. It'd be fun to do it, but I'm useless when it would come to like all of the scenes and everything he's got. Plus all the like the voice mods and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, I totally lose track of it. I mean, I got surprised the other day when I had a new subscriber pop up for the first time on because it actually worked, where I hadn't actually touched it. I just assumed it wasn't working, and it popped up on my phone and it completely threw me, and I was like, oh, what was that? But yeah, I do enjoy watching his streams. They're definitely fun. Like I say, he's always talking and always doing something. Even while he's running arena, he's like talking. Although to be fair, it is much easier to to run a stream when there's a lot of people talking. Yeah, I haven't seen that film, One Division, but I still watched him anyway. Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't bothered watching it. It'd be. I've heard things about it. I will eventually watch it, but at the moment I'm not. I don't really have the time to sit there and watch TV like that. Because between doing this and darts and kids and normal waking hours, by the time I get round to finishing up for the night, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. That's why I try and stream. Well, I set myself a goal of trying to stream every other night, and yeah, that didn't really work out. I think I'm pretty much streaming maybe twice a week, like every 4 days or so. But my goal was to stream every other day, but it's just not possible with my lifestyle. Let the kids starve. I tell you what, one of them was big enough. He'd last months if I starved him. But he no, for the most part, it's just trying to keep them occupied in 4 walls during lockdown. And it is hard work, incredibly hard work, because one's only just turned 3, and the other one's 10 months, I think. So like super young, and because the oldest one doesn't like sharing very much. So he's always trying to beat up the other one, who will eventually end up beating him up, because he's going to be bigger than my eldest. He almost is already. Oops. Shouldn't have done that. But no, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get 1,000 units this week, and they'll be able to live stream another Abyss path, because Lefty's doing path 3, but because I cocked up on my last stream, I'll be starting on path 2 till I get to the point where I cocked up last time, and then jumping over. Oh no, starting on path 3 and jumping over to path 2 for the second half, which is kind of cool, because then I don't have to change the original team that I had. So I'll be going with the same team I went with last time, but it will be a bit more fitting. So it's going to be much better than the last one, much better. As if Captain Marvel's gone above. No, I don't like Captain Marvel. Yeah, so I'll have pretty much the full counters for the whole path. But I'm not taking Nick. So I'm kind of hoping. I'm kind of hoping that I can get away with doing Invisible Woman with Torch or Professor X. What's up, Jacob? Welcome to the channel. How's it going, man? Are you still having loads of tech issues? I did message you to try and help you with that, but I haven't really had the time or been on much. When do we throw that? But so yeah, well, yeah, really looking forward to doing that next one. My stash isn't as stacked as it was before, hence why I'm going for more units. But I did go in with I think it was just over 6,000 units last time, and only used, I think it was about 2,700, 2,800, something like that. But I did have a massively full stash. I had like overflow of health potions and all sorts. The only thing I didn't have overflow of was health revives, but I still had a lot. Whereas this time I'm not going to have quite as many. I've got enough 30-30 boosts to get through. I actually think I've got enough 30-30 boosts to get through 2 paths, but I won't have enough units. Unless I live in arena again. Because that's the thing, I did a massive grind for the cyber deals, and I think I got, I think it was around 15k. I think I got around 15k units. Might have even been more. Might have been about 18k units in 5 weeks. But I did every arena, and I was just mind-numbingly bored. Because the other arenas, I mean, it's all well and good doing these ones. Because I to only do the featured. Because if I miss a day, it doesn't matter. So I can still hit all the milestones. Of only doing 2 days of the 3-day arena. Bleh. Don't want to be doing the higher one. So yeah, I don't. This yeah. So just doing the two out of the 3 days, it's not so bad, and you get sort of like a steady tick over of units and stuff. So it's not too bad. But I just messed that right up. I'm gonna go metal against Magneto. I think that's going to be a death. But even with the with this month's whatever it's called, the romance arena, like even that I'm finding boring. It's just like the same thing over and over and over again. But I'm just like trying to use like all of my because I don't have many max 4 stars. I have more max 3 stars than 4 stars. So I just use all of those like straight out the gate pretty much. Wow, that was laggy. Yeah, so I use them pretty much straight out the gate, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna. I don't need to do any more. Right, and then just use the 4 stars for, because it's quite a lot of days to get 500k, so you don't have to sort of bust your nuts to do it. This fight's gonna suck. Normally he stutters before he comes at you. Normally. So he started that time. So I could see it coming. Come on. Oh, I knew you would. I think that's me dead. Oh, really? Backdraft me. Whew. I think I'd win that one. So yeah, so once we get enough units, like I say, I'm hoping to do it next weekend. I think chat's still working. Jacob just didn't want to reply to me. Bad, Jacob. Bad. Poor guy's having loads of tech issues. So yeah, once I get to 5,000 units, we'll gear up to go at that. I have actually been practicing the Luke Cage fight, because I actually managed to get through Darkhawk with red mags in one shot with no boosts on, with about 50% life left. So that was quite cool. So I managed to do that on the once. But then the Luke Cage fight is such an awkward one because I'm using Professor X, so it's he's kind of designed for it. Like all of his falter timings sort of match up to Luke Cage's unblockable, unstoppable. So it does work out. But the problem I keep having is that I keep mistiming the next prowess reset. So once that prowess drops off, then I mean I got to 100 and I think it was 125 hits with Professor X. I only took about 10% off him. I think it was about two. Oh, actually, I don't know what he has. I think I took off about 600k off of him, just because I kept dropping the prowesses. But at least I still managed to get that amount of hits going, because when I was on stream before, I just made an absolute hash of it. So it's not the easiest thing to learn on stream. But we did get there in the end. But I think it cost me about 20 or 30 revives. just insane amounts. Oh, these are getting bigger and bigger. I need to start changing this around. But yeah, but even then, like I say, 125 hits, 500k. That's not that bad. It wasn't. It wasn't exactly a terrible attempt. It was just a little bit disappointing, because if I hadn't have dropped the prowess, then the damage goes right up. And because you're only throwing specials all the time, you do have yeah, because you're throwing specials all the time, your hit counter's not really going up much. Oh, you would have evaded that, wouldn't you? Come on. Sweet. But once you ramp him up, because the videos I've seen and stuff, most of them, it's horrible because people put up videos of like one shots this and one shots that, but they have a team. I mean, especially like Darkhawk, Darkhawk one shots, but they have a team just solely for him. So it's a bit sort of misleading. Like some of the videos I've seen, you know, they've gone through Darkhawk, and done him with loads of life left and all that sort of stuff. And of course it's like, but they'd never be able to finish Abyss with that team, so it's like massively misleading. AQ Shadow stopping to leave a like, headed to Ghost Stream. No worries, AQ Shadow. If I get this done quick enough, then I'll pop over and say hello. I seem to have picked a really good time to stream. Everyone seems to be streaming at the same time. But thanks for the like, much appreciated. And good luck on your stream if I don't get there. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the other videos. I see quite a lot of videos like that. I mean, even Seaton's videos. 'Cause I've followed him for years, but like the rank 3 6-star things that he does on the CCP, you sort of sit there and go like hardly anyone's going to get that apart from the top end players. So it's kind of like useless for even sort of like low end, like end game players. Like, you know, even like me, I have one rank 3 6-star, but the numbers that you get from a rank 3 6-star like massively outweigh like anyone else. So it's like really misleading. A lot of the videos that I watch, especially of like content videos, that people are putting together just a team just to do one fight, and it's just silly. It's like people go in and try and do that one fight like that, and thinking that they've got a team that could do the Abyss, and they rank them up for it. I've watched quite a few videos like that, which are like really less than helpful. Uh-oh. It's alright. Glad he came in and hit me. So it'd definitely be nice to, because I keep meaning to put videos together and stuff like that of content and counters and stuff like that, but it just takes so long. By the time, I mean, because the thing is, I have to come out here to do anything like recording, streaming, anything like that. And of course, I do most of my gameplay indoors while either the kids are sleeping or when they're busy. So I only ever pick my phone up bits and pieces. So it's not I forget to record or I don't record, and it's just yeah. It's because the videos never come. Oh. It was like that. It's like the clairvoyant video I tried to do. Because I love using Claire. She's so good. But I really, when I got asked to make that guide, I was like, yeah, definitely, I'll definitely do that one. And I wanted to do so much with it. But the first attempt just went so bad that it wasn't that it was so bad. It just didn't go. It didn't look like I wanted it to. Even when I played it back, I was like, yeah, that everything sounds really confusing. So I was like, oh, I won't do that then. So then I ended up just putting out a basic guide video and tried to keep it simple. 'Cause that's the thing with Claire. She's absolutely brilliant. But on paper, she's like massively. There's so much to read, and you just don't need to read that much. And so I tried to simplify it, and yeah, it did. It went out. I wasn't overly happy with it, but it was like a basic gist of how to use her and when to use her and all that sort of stuff. So it still did its job. I just wasn't overly happy about it, considering how much I like that champion. But maybe I'll get around to do another one. But at the moment, it's not exactly top of the list. At the moment, it's just trying to get the rest of the content done. I'm still contemplating going through and doing making another account. I was even half tempted to make another account, get as far as I could, make some guides out of it, and then maybe give an account giveaway. But I think that'd be against terms of service. So I'll be able to give it away, and then it will get instantly banned. But I don't know how that would work, really, because it's not. I'm not selling it, so it's not against that terms of service, and I'm not sharing it. I'm giving it away. So I don't actually know if that's. I don't know if that'd be a loophole, to be honest. Maybe. I will have a look. But there's just certain content that I just really don't want to be doing. Because I've already done it like 3 times now. This game's pretty monotonous at the best of times, so it's not to do it a 4th time. Yeah, I'm not too sure. And to be honest, any time I've mentioned it in stream or anything like that, it's not been no one's mentioned that they'd want that or anything like that. So at the moment, I'm just toying with the idea. Ta-da. Yeah. How long have we been going for? 35 minutes. Oh, this is going slow. At least on the upside, I don't have that many 5 stars to go through. Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was even worse. But I reckon if I reckon if I got, enough people asking me to do it, I'd do it. But I think this is saying that even like my alt account, that's not far off now. That'll be. I think I've got 4 paths left to do in the last part of Act 6, and then that'll be Act 6 complete on that account. I'm really looking forward to that one. That should be a good stream. So as long as I don't cock up too bad, I'm sort of hunting. Well, weirdly enough, I'm hunting for another 1,000 units on there, and that'll be ready to go for the Grandmaster, because it's not once you get your head around the Grandmaster fight, there's just a lot going on. But once you get around your head around it, it's not actually a bad fight, but getting to him is where the awkward bits are, because there's no particular counter for like one particular team counter for one path. So you end up. That's how I got caught out last time on the last path, because that was I took Ghost for Doctor Strange, and so I had a Ghost team of Wasp, Hood, and Hood, Wasp, and Ghost, and that didn't really. It sort of bit me at the end, because where I needed other champions really for the end, I'd used 3 slots for the Ghost team, but if I didn't take it, then I would have been bitten at the start. So it was a bit of but again, it's one of those things that once you try and plan your route, the 4 paths that are left, there's fights on all of them that sort of stop you, or that you need other teams for. So yeah, I'm not overly sure yet. I'm pretty sure the account's got most or all the accounts, the counters for that, for what's left, and it's really handy that account's got Doom. So then I only need 1 counter for the Grandmaster, and then just need to play well. So that's the plan. 1,000 units. We'll see how that goes. 1,000 units to do 4 paths, and as long as I don't screw up too bad, it should work out. That should be enough. Not for me. So yeah, hopefully that won't. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure which one will go first. Oh, rubbish. Whether my second account will go first to get Act 6 done. Probably won't, because I really want to get Abyss done, and after the next path I've only got 2 left. Whoops. Can we text this? Oh, I think I got caught on the first bit. And there's it. Wallop. So yeah, so I want to get Abyss done, because it would just be my luck really. I'll get Abyss done, and then, well, fingers crossed as well, obviously, that I'll get Doom out of the 6-star Nexus. But I don't know if anyone watches Brian Grant, but he missed him as well on there. This was a shame really, but yes, that would be nice. That would definitely be nice to get Doom out of that. do. So that's the plan, but like I say, I'm quite a few units short getting that finished. If I really did gun for it, then I could probably have the rest of it done in about 3 weeks. I could do a path like every half week. But we're not doing that because that was just soul destroying. I thought I'd burn out in arena. But at the moment the challenge is to beat Lefty, because he's doing path 3 and I'm doing a mix of path 2 and 3, so, and I think he's about there, but he said he's streaming his on the 27th, whereas I'd be doing mine on the 20th if I got it done. Oh, has anyone got caught by that? Doesn't matter. So once I get so once we get to that amount of units, so once I reckon that the 20th be either the Saturday or the Sunday, depending on what my schedule says, or does, should I say. So yeah, so the next couple of streams should be good, but I really want to start making videos and guides and stuff. I don't think I've got many left in here now. What time is it? 1:30. Well, I did start this stream saying it'd be about an hour. Wrong. I'm nearly at the end of the 6 stars. Oh. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I did get that wrong. And Nick. Yeah, we haven't got many left of this one. And then on to the 5 stars. Because that's even more fun than the 6 stars. Not. Whoops. Just put Nick on a bleed immune fight. Brilliant. I'm hoping Lefty will drop in here before this is all finished. I know he was arena grind. I don't even know if he's still alive actually. Let's see if he is still alive. I'm not sure he is though. Live. Nope. Oh, he didn't raid me. It's not very nice, Lefty. Either chat's broke or no one has said anything for a very, very long time. It didn't want to work at the start. I had to detach it to get able to see the chat. No, we haven't said anything. Thanks, Reese. Thanks for clarifying that. Everyone's just sitting in here listening. Makes streaming very hard when no one talks. Then you're just like blah 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 blah. And that's pretty much about it. I wish they did this, that it was faster. I really do. Because it's just not interesting. The first stream I ever did for an arena and chill stream, I must have hovered over the go live button for like 10 minutes. Because I only had like about 20 subscribers at the time. So I was like, oh, this isn't going to be fun. Like, no one's going to be able to talk. And it actually ended up being quite a good stream. Like more and more people came in and started chatting. So actually it ended up being a long stream just because people were talking. And I was trying to keep up with chat and then I think that was the one I got raided by Ilac, which was definitely quite funny because I had absolutely no idea. I sort of looked up and it gone from like 7 viewers, I think it was, something like that, to over 30, and I was like, there was just loads and loads and loads and loads of messages, and I was like, wow, didn't know how to respond to that. Not a clue. Because we had, I was literally, because I was concentrating on what I was doing, I had my head down for a little while, and I looked up and the chat had gone bonkers just in the time I had my head down, and that was where it gets sort of quite hard. To like constantly keep looking up and chatting, and you're distracted from that, but yeah, I'm beginning to understand sort of how the bigger streamers, especially on this game, how they respond to doing bigger content with so many people watching. Because it's very distracting to have to keep looking up and watch streams. Like especially when I did like a couple of live streams, and I'd gone from playing really really well to an absolute scrub as soon as I pressed go live. I just couldn't seem to do anything right, and it just got worse and worse and worse. Which was not ideal. I think I was doing Act 6 actually. Yeah, I think I was. I was doing 6.4.5, I think. And I'd gone from nearly 700 units and doing nearly 700 units all on one path, which sucked. So I ended up having to stop early to go and get more units over the next day or two he had to stop early to go and get some more units over the next couple of days to be able to complete the last 3 paths, which didn't actually end up being too much of an issue. But I ended up doing an extra path. Ended up doing the Grand Master. Like 1 path on the Grand Master fight. So it made it quite good. But I was absolutely devastated that I'd done all them units on 1 path. Because I was looking at having 600 units to do all of that. Which off stream, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to do. But because I was on stream, it didn't really work out that way. I actually did the hardest part, what I felt would be the hardest path that I didn't have a counter for, or not much of a counter for, off stream, and I did that in like 2 revives. And I thought that would be the hardest one, and as it turned out, it wasn't. Obviously, didn't have the right counter for that path either, but I think there was a bit of buggy nodes going on because they weren't behaving the way they should have been. Oh no, I don't want to use them yet. Carl. Although Red Goblin, I pulled Red Goblin out of the featured 6-star, and since then, I knew that was coming because the game's got a bit juddery. Yeah, I pulled him out of the 6-star featured, and I've used him a little bit, and he hits really hard. So it was I've sort of, I know he has a synergy with Carnage that's supposed to be really good, but I'm sort of, he's growing on me because I'm using him in arena a lot. So it was oops. So yeah, because he's definitely growing on me. I think he's a lot better than what I first gave him credit for, which was not a lot, in all fairness. But it's the same as Cole, really. As long as I don't get hit, I think it is. Oh, I don't actually know how to use him. I'm not even going to pretend to know. I think Electro's going to be dead before I can get there. Yeah, he is. Well, if I could have got to a special 2 before he died, then you would have seen. Is it like a special 2? He just melts people. I know it's only arena, but maybe I'll do a vid on him when I actually know how to use him properly. Duke. Cole's got to be the fastest fight in arena. Like, no matter where I use him, he just hits like an absolute truck. Bomb. But I don't know. The thing is, I do like Cole, but his block proficiency sucks, and I've done everything, so he's kind of like a waste, which is a shame because he is a decent champion. He just doesn't have any utility. Not anything that's sort of worthwhile. Well, not in my eyes, anyway. And I say because I've done everything, it's not really worth the rank up for me. But if you pull Colin sort of at the beginning, like in your early stages of like if you're a new player, then he'd be really good. He'd be able to rip through so much content. Whereas APOC is just an absolute beast. That should be enough. Yeah. Had someone ask me the other day whether he was like a utility-based champion only, or if he is actually any good. And I was like, yeah, dude, like he's really, really good. But to me, it's the thing is now is that you will take all mutants if you've got the teams, just because of what that team does. Like the amount of times, I mean, even in the Cav difficulty, I pretty much took all mutants for the most part. Which is like with these three for a start, and Professor X if he's not in war, and Wolverine. But most of the time I just use Cable. I just ramp up Apocalypse to his 4 charges, and then just use Cable unless you want a Horseman. It doesn't need it. It's just a synergy. So it is funny. Do you know what I mean? Even the Cavalier difficulty monthly event quest. Even that he absolutely rips through. I think it's froze. Are you going to give it back to me? Come on. I think we're frozen. Oh my god. Let's go again. Two crashes in one stream. Yay. We're going for time. Well, we're at an hour and we're just getting into the 5 stars. So, not the fastest. Not really. Featured. That sucks, yeah. It's happening a lot. Although to be fair, it hasn't been happening as much as it was. It's just really aggravating. I've just been quite fortunate so far that it hasn't happened to me in War or Alliance Quest. But it always happens when I've been playing for a lot of prolonged period. But it seems to be happening to everyone, so I know it's not my phone. Yeah. But yeah, no, Apocalypse. It's just a shame that he doesn't work against the Collector, because one of his abilities is not to. They can't shrug anything off. So like fights like Mole Man, Kingpin, the Collector, anyone that converts anything over, Agent Venom. They can't do it, so it completely shuts it down. But the collector in Abyss, I'm not sure about the one in Act 5, but the one in Abyss, it doesn't work. He shrugs all the way through it, which is rubbish, because that's like the most money grabby fight I think in the game. I'll cancel the first one. You can tell how blasé I am about Arena. I really don't care. I'm not going to do them all if I hate the fight. Because it's boring enough to go through this 100,000 times. Let alone going through it with horrible fights as well. Especially when you're just building up to times 3. But normally I just... especially in this, because I don't need to worry about it too much. I mean, I probably should, because I'm losing out on battle chips every time I do it, but I normally fight 2 and quit 1. Oh, that's harsh. Oh, that's even worse. Don't die. Judge needed me again. Wow. Yay. So we're at 50,000 chips already. Obviously not from just this stream, but it really doesn't take long to build up. But this one I generally get to times 3 as quick as I can by fighting 2 and quitting 1, all from the bottom of my roster, because I won't be using them anyway. I'd get deathmatched if I did, and just winkle through, get to times 10, and then go up to times 10, get to the 10th fight, and then go on up to the top of my roster, unless it's 6 stars, because 6 stars I always take 1 from the top. One from the top and 2 from the bottom, so then you get the lower rating fights, so you're not fighting forever. But I don't actually know what the rotations are to avoid it, or what the PI is that you need to avoid it, because sometimes I'm running suicide and sometimes I'm not. So I can never keep track of what I'm doing when it comes to like the building the infinite streak, because I don't think it's that common now to get deathmatched. But not only that, when you're running it, because they let their specials go so quick, you can still get through it instead of them just sitting in the corner just waiting to kill you. Now we had time 2. Cataclysm. I heard this is where all the cool cats and mouse live. I don't know about that. At the moment, it's a grind. There's nothing cool going on in here. We're just doing arena, and it's just bleh. I really am sort of burnt out in arena. It's just the worst place ever. Why can't they change it? Nobody likes it. Nobody. Apart from Brian Grant, because he's just weird. I mean, like, he does them all as well, and that's like hat off to him. Like that, he's just that dedicated to it. And I couldn't. I personally couldn't do it. How's your night going, man? It's going all right, mate. It's like I say, it's going quite slowly. Actually, I was expecting to be done with Arena by now, and I'm nowhere near it. Because I love it so much, it's taking forever. Stop bouncing around. Come on, jump back. Thank you. Because the thing is, I'm going to be living in here for ages. Because all I've got left to do is Abyss. So there's nothing left. And so I'm nearly at... I think I've just crossed the 4,000 unit mark. So I want one more 1,000. And then that'll be my next Abyss ready to go. And then I've got to save up another 5,000. Well, actually, no, I think the next path. I think it's the next path or the path after. I think one of them they recommend 5k units for. And which I think is the next one. But the one after, I think, is 7,000 units recommended. So I'd rather go in and be safe because I don't want to spend any money. And then that'll be complete. And then I have nothing left to do apart from the monthly event quests, which is a bit weird. I must admit. I've been playing this game for so long, over 3 accounts, and I give up the first one because I just got so annoyed with it, like going against bots in Arena, like missing your placement. The last straw was the Domino Arena, and that was when she first came out, and I did that arena. And I missed the placement by 4 slots. You can imagine I didn't, and that was the 4-star, and you can imagine that my roster wasn't exactly stacked at the time. So I was really going like setting alarms and really going for it to get Domino as the 4-star. And yeah, to get the results through, I'd missed it by 4 spaces, and yeah, I was like, no, I'm not doing it anymore, because I think it was either not long before that. I think it was Captain America, in Infinity War, and I missed him by like 10 spots as well. But there was like so much cheating going on and botting going on from other players. I had no chance. So that was it. I decided I was going to quit, and that's where I stayed. And then I had, and then I came back. I don't know why. Why am I doing this fight for? Rubbish fight. And then I came back and built this account into what it is, and the other one's like not far behind it. And like I say, because I've been playing for this for so long, it ended up being I never got to the end, if you like. So it was constant. Everything that I was doing, I was doing it again and again and again. Whereas now it's at the end. All I'm doing is just hunting for champions. That is pretty much it. That is pretty much all I'm doing. Is constantly hunting for champions and rank ups. So I can understand why endgame players get so bored waiting for new content and and all that sort of stuff. So I do get it, but it's kind of eerie because it's like, oh, I could plan to do this and could plan to do that, and you know, just like I'm doing with the Abyss and the other account. Of course, like, there's nothing to do on this one apart from Abyss, so that's all I'm gunning for. Because honestly, when Abyss came out, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'll do a run through, which I did, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing the whole thing. You know, 5 pass, 5 to 6k units each. So that's a bit excessive when you don't spend. So I was like, oh, I'm never going to do that. And now here I am, doing it for what I can only describe as not any real particular reason, other than hunting one champion. And don't get me wrong, the rewards they're quite cool, but it's still having to do all this arena and yeah. Because the thing is, if you work out the effort that goes into Abyss, you know, 5,000 to 6,000 units, plus all your revives, plus all your healths that you've got to farm, and all that sort of stuff. Oh, I've messed that up, haven't I? Yep. Yeah, once you start farming and doing all that lot, it's a hell of a lot of work. And you think to do 5 paths like that, that does end up being a lot of time. And money. If you actually equate that, like even with healths and revives, like already in your stash, like if you put them aside and just work out the unit cost, you know, like 3,000 units per £100, so 5,000 units. What's that? Say about £180 or dollars or whatever way you want to work that out. So $180 or pounds per path, and there's 5 paths. You know, you'd think like that's just an insane amount of money. Like I say, and then you got to add everything on top, like all of the potions and stuff, and it's just nuts. It's just nuts that it costs that much. But it is the most sought after content. I think I saw a stream of Ilax that was, I think it was actually earlier. He was talking about it, and even he said, you know, like Seaton did that first path of Abyss, and that was 15,000 viewers on the live stream. 15,000 people wanted to see that content. That's just mind-boggling. Imagine streaming to 15,000 people in one go. That's just nuts. I'm surprised he was able to play. I'd be shaking like a leaf. 15,000 people. Oh, get out. And it's even worse to stream it. I mean, my stream so far in Abyss has been yeah, my stream so far in Abyss and stuff. I mean, it's had like a steady flow of people through them, but there's obviously nowhere near 17,000. But Abyss is old now, but I just need Kabam to bring out something that's crazy good again, and that's the thing. Like aim game players, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure how they can how they don't have the units, like just in droves. You know, like Brian Grant. I mean, like he lives in arena, and like, but he's always spending his units on like cyber deals and July 4th deals and stuff like that. But there's got to be people that don't have anything. They don't have anything left, so they're just trying to find champions, which is pretty much cav crystals. And if you watch Seaton's videos and stuff like that of just how screwed over you get by doing that, you know, it's not really my cup of tea. I wouldn't spend my units on cav crystals, not unless they buffed them, because it's just pointless. I mean, I reckon if I put in 3,000 units into cav crystals because I don't buy them, if I put them in there now, I guarantee I'd get some decent pulls, just because I haven't. It sort of lures you in that you would do well. So like, if you don't open them for a while, then it might be worth opening like 5 or 10. But once you've opened them, like don't open any more for ages. And I don't really know why. Maybe it's just like the algorithm, because I did it. I mean, I hadn't played for a long time, and then I came on and I bought a Grandmaster crystal, and I think it was the second Grandmaster crystal. And bearing in mind the drop rates of Grandmaster crystals are awful, and I got Wasp, 5-star Wasp out of the second crystal, and bearing in mind like the account only had 4 stars on it, so it wasn't like it was. Oh, that was crappy. Really? Come on. Come on. Oh, he parried me instead. Oh, he's going to whoop me. Or is he? Yeah, but like I say, I don't think I've ever bought Cav Crystal on here, but I do get the free ones. So it's I'm not sure if that counts, but this account has such bad luck with 6 stars. I reckon if I pulled a 6-star out of a Cav Crystal, it's just going to be something rubbish. But you never know. Once I'm done with Abyss, I'm not even sure what I'd have left, to be honest. Like, what worth doing? There's not. Even if I got Cav crystals, I just saved up units, or even if I saved up for the cyber deals, because the better part of the deals, other than the unit side, is all the deals. The best deals are in the Odins, like in the store. So you know, I mean that's like £550 or dollars or whatever you want to calculate it up as. You know, 550. It's not to get all them deals. Like after saving up, like Brian Grant does, like 30,000 units to buy them all, like all of the unit deals. And you get all the better deals for spending. And I just don't think I would anymore. It's not. Like Cav crystals maybe, but even like rain cut materials, like I wouldn't be able to open anything. I mean, even as it sits at the now, like I've done all the content, and because I'm constantly getting tier 5, basic shards, I end up with loads. Like I kept on getting them. So I end up buying a sigil, because that gives you a bit more inventory space. because that gives you a bit more inventory space. It's I needed to get that just to save them, and then I had to do more and more rank ups of champions I didn't really want to rank up yet. Just to keep hold of them. But I had my first one expire, like fully expire. Yesterday or the day before. So it was, yeah. And bearing in mind, like tier 2 alpha is quite hard to come by, but tier 5 basic, that just seems to be just as common as tier 4 basic now. But you still don't like seeing them expire, because they're hard to get hold of again. I think I managed to... I had 11, if I remember right. I had 11 tier 5 basic in overflow. 11. And just by buying a sigil and ranking up a few champions, I was able to save all 11. And I've lost one. I've lost one now, but I think I've got about another 4 since that. So I think I've got tier 5 again expiring in about 7 days. Oh dear. I was expecting her to evade that. This is gonna hurt. So yeah, so my advice is if you haven't got anyone to rank up, don't do any more story progression. Oh, I'm well dead. Good old Domino. She's probably, out of everyone, she's the one that kills me the most. With all her fun and interactive damage. What are we at? Win streak 9. So now we'll go up to the top. Once I get rid of this lot. And then we're going to have a look in Alliance Quest, I think. Not sure if they've done in there yet. Right, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're all good. Could have actually gone out of that one a bit earlier. So yeah, that's how I run arena. Count them back. Get to where it starts getting hard from the low roster, and then go up to the top. And as long as you have enough, you won't have much of a problem. Ouch. I don't really want to use a special 3. Never mind. So yeah, so when you go back up to the top, I would just count down from the top until I've got to fight 16. And if I have enough, then I'll just jump to the top and then go back up, and then work back down again afterwards. One heavy, that'll be enough. Balls. Yeah, I haven't been deathmatch doing that yet, so I always ran that way before they patched it. but because I don't know what the PI is in and out of suicides on or off, I just stick to what's safe. But because I only run the 2 arenas instead of like all 4, I just can't. I just don't see the. Well, it's not that I don't even see the point. I just don't need to go too far down my list. I've got something bit in the back of my head. I haven't got fleas, but you know. What are we at now? Hour and a half in. Just gone over 4,000 units. 4,013 I now have. But yeah, so then I go back from the top and count down. I think I get to like fight 8 from my low part of my roster, and then go back up to the top. Otherwise, it gets too hard from the bottom. I go up to the top, count down to the 16th fight. So my 16th fight will be used like the top part of my roster, so that's nice and easy, and then start working back down again until I get to the last 6k rated team, and then no death matches. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate in terms of going down to 6k for no death matches, but it seems to work for me. So, I don't want to use him yet. Oh no, yes I do. That's fine. But even with suicides off, because you can go a little bit lower, but not really. Like with suicides on, you can go a bit lower, like in the PI, but that's not really worth it, to be honest. And so, of course, no death matches, no long fights. Or very few long fights, should I say. And you don't have to worry about it because you know where to stop. So there's no point in experimenting even further, because I don't do champion grinds, because that's just a losing battle from the start. I don't have a roster big enough, and there's too many people that cheat. With bots and all that. Although they are doing a really good job of clamping down on that now. So it's not all bad. So it's you only have to go and watch Ilac's streams to hear what goes on, and that's enough to put you off. I don't know what is. But like I say, when you've got a monster roster of 6 stars and like champion grinds and stuff like that are sort of relatively easy, but not for me. I'm not doing that. That's to me that's a bit insanity for a 5-star. If they were 6 stars, then I get it, but they're not. I mean, like, because you can only go by what the CCP streamers are putting out as to whether the champions will be any good or not. I mean, like, you think the like Ebony Moore, everyone was really stoked for Ebony Moore, and they, like, you know, everyone wanted a piece of him. You know, even I did too, and it did get to that point that he looked really good and his animations were cool. But he hit like an absolute wet noodle. Jacob, in your opinion, how good do you think Namor still is? If you can get him to 200 Sig, he's still very, 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 very useful. Book 2, There's Electro Luke. He can solo that, but so can Omega. But he does have a lot of uses. He even has uses in Act 6. And I've used him... I think I've used him in one of the variants somewhere. Because my alt account has him as a 200 sig. But yeah, he's definitely still useful. He's as long as you know how to play him, like effectively, like you can rip through fights with him. It's pretty much build up to a special 3 and wait for your Imperious Rex charges to go to 29 and let it go, and let your special 3 go before that trips over. So then you basically get 2 special 3s. And after the first one, his charges are just his damage just goes through the roof. And because he does all the damage back, that does really work out. It does really work out in your favour. But the only thing I don't like about him is he's quite squishy. If you do certain fights with him, especially endgame stuff, he does get chipped down quite quickly, kind of like Cole does, with his block proficiency being so low. But if you get clipped, like by accident at the end game, using Namor, then you'll find that it hits much harder than what you'd expect. Oop. But I enjoy playing him. He's still cool player, cool champion to play. But I remember when he first came out, because that's another thing you got to watch for as well, isn't it? Like they put these champions out like Cole, Namor as well. Cole was like the top damage champion of the entire game. So like everybody wanted him. It's no different to Proxima. Everybody wanted him. And then, Namor came out and he had a really good heal off of his specials, and his specials hit really hard. People spent thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds trying to pull him out the crystals, and then they nerfed him like a few weeks later. Same with Cole. They reworked him. Oh no, his damage was too much. They'd done too much. But they waited a little while before they nerfed him. Just pulled him yesterday, so was debating on how high to rank up. If you have 200 SIGs to put into him, then he's worth it. My opinion, if you haven't got 200 SIGs, then he's a little bit too squishy. So, because like the sort of fights you use him for are ones that are like damage back, like spiked armor, nodes, stuff, all sorts of stuff like that. Electro, all them kind of fights. Everything that comes back at you, and if he's not at 200 sig, then you take damage. He still, don't get me wrong, he still has uses even at not at 200 sig, but to me that's what he does. That's what he's for. So if you can't get him there, then he's not really. He wouldn't be like I've got him as a 6-star. Unawakened, rank 1, and that's where he'll stay until I naturally dupe him all the way to 200, and then I'll take him up. Or if I have enough 6 stones to take him up. But apart from that, I wouldn't bother. It's still a good pull though, man. I say when I pulled him out the 6-star, I was like, well, I can't really complain. He's a champion of the future, I suppose. But the 6 stones for 6 stars are miles below, so it's not really something to get excited about. Whereas the 5-star 6 stones are much more easier to get at. hoping the next round incursion crystals are better 40k artifacts. To be honest with you, I personally go after 6 stars, depending on what your 5-star roster is and if you're hunting for someone. But I tend to put all of my incursion stuff into, I don't really run them anymore. I tend to put them into the 6 stars. I think it's 32,000 artifacts, I think, for 2,000 6-star shards. But the only trouble is with 6-star pool, there's a lot of junk in it. Like, far too much junk. But it totally depends on where your roster's at, man. Like I say, it's not a bad thing to go after them. But me personally, it's always going to be 6 stars really now. I have quite an extensive 5-star roster. Apart from Doom, he's pretty much the only one I want. I think the incursion stuff, like I say, they did release some really good crystals like early on. I haven't actually looked at them for quite some time now. But no, depends on how close you are to the next 6-star. Because the thing is, realistically, you only need one really decent pull out of the 6-star roster. The 6-star pull even. And that can open up a lot more doors. Yeah, there is some exclusive champions in the 5 stars. But the thing is, I mean, don't get me wrong, because I had an account before this one, and I'd gone through a lot of the game on that one as well, I pretty much hoarded everything on this account, like just waiting for the rank ups, like just waiting for the champions to come along. And I think on this account at one point I only had, about 4 rank 5s, and my stash was just overflowing with everything. So once you get, I can't remember who they were now, but once you get to that point where you're at that certain progression level, you need so few champs to get through it, or you need a specific champ to get through it, because you only need one main champ and the rest of it is sort of synergies. What happened to your other account? I give it up. I give it away. There was I did explain this earlier. I got rather annoyed at missing the champion I was going for in arena by like 4 points, because half of it was all botting and cheating, and that happened to me twice. So I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, and quit and stayed out of it for a couple of years. Who am I looking for? No one. So yeah, I got rid of that account, stayed out of it for a couple of years, and then foolishly got back into it. I don't really know why. But I've had fun with it since. But I mean, the thing is, because I already had an account, I progressed this one really fast. And it wasn't even that it had decent pulls. Oh. I just knew what I needed to rank up, so I had everything ready once I got it. Like, the only sort of place I got unstuck was at Act 6, because you need quite a diverse roster to get through that. So I did get stuck there for a while, and that was pretty much the only place that I got to where I couldn't rely on just one champ. I needed to rank up more. So I got through that, and well, some of it I just sort of ploughed my way through. It wasn't a lot or bought my way through with units, because there's certain paths and gates, especially the gates bit of Act 6. Like, I don't even know why they put that in there. That did not make anything fun at all. That just made everything really expensive and just awful to go through. Because you needed specific champions for them paths or them bosses. You know, like Mr. Sinister. You needed Heimdall. You needed Heimdall Hela synergy to get through that for free. But of course, everyone got stuck there. But because they introduced the gates, everyone was so annoyed at it. And just to give you an idea, like the Legends title that came along with Act 6, the Legends, the people that got Legends, 100%ed it in 8 days. Like, it wasn't like hours, like you would normally expect. You know, I mean, like a Legends run of Act 6 and stuff like that was sort of about 15 hours, or more. But yeah, there was someone got a Legends title in 8 days from that release. It was like, it was just nuts, because like I say, no one had an incomplete roster to get through everything, and they were just so disinterested in going through them gates and doing all that it took 8 days. But funny enough, these gates are still there, so I obviously really listened on that part. Who am I looking for? Anyone? So yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because that when I give my account up, that was another reason. You know, it just seemed like they didn't care. Like, everybody that was complaining and all the rest of it, there was a massive money grab, which it was. And there were so many people disinterested in playing it that obviously it would cost you units to get through it all, unless you had a really big roster. And yes, of course they didn't remove the gates. So in my eyes, that's basically a big fuck you. We designed it that way, so we'll keep it that way, because we'll know it costs you a lot of money. It was like 6.2 the champion. He hit so hard, like through your block and everything. Unless you had the right counter, like Sim Supreme at the time, it was #1 counter for it. Unless you had him, you weren't getting through that without spending a fortune. I think the first time I went through that fight, I didn't have Sim Supreme. I had a rank 4 Hood, and obviously rank 4 Hood's a bit squishy anyway. And it just kept going on and on and on, and I just kept dying, like just through block damage. I wasn't even getting hit, and I don't even know how many units it cost me in the end, but it was a good few thousand, just trying to get through it. Because like I say, I think their attack ratings were just insane. Like, if they would have carried on with the attack ratings that they had in Act 6, like, because bear in mind I did all of Act 6 on this account, or on both accounts actually, in like all pre-nerf. So like, if you took a blocked hit, like you'd lose like 8% of your health on a rank 5. And it just was silly. It just got really out of hand. that was what was happening, and everything that had happened with them attack ratings and their health pools, it just got unbearable. So like, if the progression from Act 5 to 6 was just too much. Like the damage that you took trying to get through it. I mean, like I say, you didn't even have to get hit, and you were going through health potions like crazy because you were taking parry damage like through your parry of like nearly 10%, and that wasn't even a boss. And so, of course, yeah, by the time it got to Act 7's release, everyone had complained so much about it, and because they said like on their current state of progression. On the current state of their progression, they Act 7 wouldn't have even been doable. So like the ratings the ratings of the champions between Act 5 and 6 went up so much that if they carried on that tally, the next one like Book 2 or Act 7, whatever you want to call it, the ratings of them champions would have been like out of reach of even 7 stars if we had them. So, but they left it, I don't even know how long, like a very, very, very long time. They left it for all of that time before they nerfed it. So everyone had spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds to get through it all. And then they released that they were going to nerf it and release compensation packages, which I got one of them. But it was nowhere near the value of what was spent to get through it in the first place. Like nowhere near it, and even if you were like a good player, that was going to cost you. I would say you only had to come against one path or one gate or one boss that you didn't have the perfect counter for, and that was going to cost you dearly. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm glad they did nerf it, but I felt that it was a little bit too late. Too little, too late. Because I say, all of the people, it's even with the champions that they like to keep nerfing and messing around with. Oh, they're not behaving properly, but they don't nerf them. They don't test them properly before they release them. So people go nuts for them, and then all of a sudden they're spent all their money, and then they nerf them. So how's that not going to piss anyone off? But even with like Abyss and Labyrinth, why lock the maps? I mean, even end of even Act 5, they lock the maps. Like, what's that for? I don't understand that at all. So you have to look online. So you have to look online just to see where you need to go? What's the point of that? You know, if you can see the champion that you're going to be fighting next, then you know where you're going. Why do they need to lock it for? And you know, even my last stream, with that in mind, I messed up. I was looking online, and because I've been playing for so long and was tired and all that sort of stuff, I even looked at the map and still went the wrong way. And so of course that was just shocking. And because you can't go back, and cause that's what they said. Like, this the challenge of the Abyss, which is fine. Okay, I get it. No worries. But why lock it? Why hide the champions? Especially in content that's even now, the content's years old, or over a year old. They're still locked, same as Labyrinth. Like, why is Labyrinth still locked? Why is it so difficult to have people that can see where they're going instead of relying on looking online to find which way you want to go. It's just stupid. But I did massively like book 2. I think they nailed that. I really did enjoy that. I think that's the first thing they've got right in quite some time, and the last 3 variants. I think they got them well right as well. Don't get me wrong, there were some crap fights in them, but you'd expect it. But it wasn't. I don't mind hard fights if it's skill based hard. It's when it's niche champions that I think it's just, what's the point? Because when it's niche fights and stuff like that, you just get stuck. And then you don't want to play no more. Or you buy your way through it at like just ridiculous amounts of money, which quite a lot of people don't have. So then it sort of then becomes a play to win game. Not that I actually think that it's a play to win, because it's still down to luck. I mean, look at Seaton. You know, he spends thousands every month on this game and gets shafted just like the rest of us. So it's not a pay to win game. You can buy your way through the content, but you got to have the champion in the first place to even get there. So it's not all bad. I mean, look at Brian Grant. He did a Path of Abyss, or a couple of Paths of Abyss without Aegon. So it's all still possible. I was saying, he's a free to play player. The only thing that he suffers with is the 6 stones. So of course his prestige is like, I think it's one of the lowest in his alliance, but they're fine with it, so it doesn't matter too much. But at the same token, you know, he's sort of sitting there like it's not available to him. So what choice does he got? But it's definitely one of them games where you do constantly feel like you're being ripped off. Oops. And when you're playing a game that you feel ripped off in, you go look somewhere else. I mean, me personally, I just got completely fed up with it. Oh, that's harsh. 1 hit. It's a 10% chance, not 100. Oh, that was too much then. Come on. Yeah. So yeah, that's what winds me up about this game the most. But like I say, I did really enjoy Act 7. I did a Legends run of it. The only thing I didn't like about Act 7 is that they made it so you could move after you killed the boss, which really screwed me on the Legends run. Do all that time and effort, and because I already beat the boss and then looked around, which is a totally unnatural thing for the game, and because I looked around, saw what path I needed next, like, just went on to autopilot and quit out. And funny enough, Lagacy nearly did exactly the same thing. Live on his stream, he even said it. He goes, "Oh, I nearly quit out then." So easily done. I'm sure I wasn't the only one to do it. But then I did it again, so I was absolutely devastated. Where are we up to? do these 3 and the next 3, and then we'll go and have a quick look at AQ, and maybe do the last path of uncollected. I think I've only got 1.5 paths left, or 1 and a bit path left. And then I get to show off my mutant team for fun. Oh, I knew he'd do that. Oh. Oh, why did that go backwards? Gadunk. Alright. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, so it's we'll have a look at the last path. If I have got 1 and a bit, then I'll do it. I think I have, and then I'll do a dual class opening, just to make this a little bit more interesting. Oh, that was a bit late. There we go. Yeah, because we're still hunting Doom. I do need Doom for the last... I think it's the last 2 paths. Yeah, because I've been through Bishop once. Oh, so yeah, I need him for the last 2 paths. Yeah, I do. So I definitely need him for that. Otherwise, that's going to be a little bit more costly. I can still get through it, as I proved in the last stream, but even with a bad counter. But yeah, to sort of intentionally go into it without a decent counter, then I'll kind of set myself up for more cost. And one of them paths, I don't know which one it is supposed to be awful. So I need to look into them properly. Because once that gets to that point, then I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. Because whichever path it is left, I've heard people say it's like 7,000 units to get through it. So that might take me a while to get at. But if I had Doom, at least it would be accurate, like if it was 7,000 units to go at it. But if it's if I don't have Doom, then it's pot luck whether I'll get through that in 1 or 2 revives, or like 20 revives like I did before, because he just would not hold on to his special 3. And that ended up costing me quite a lot. I'd watch videos and stuff like that. That's how I managed to end up on that path, because of the mistake I made. And that ended up being a bit of a nightmare. But at least I managed to get through it without too much bother. Like, instead of it completely failing the run at... Oh, that was bad. Uh-oh. Yay. Yeah, so despite going the wrong way, I was still able to complete the path, even with bad counters. Like I say, there was... Oh, it's got limber on. There was a red skull that could be cheesed with Ronan, and I didn't have him with me. And then I had that bishop fight. Excuse me. which with Doom is about a 20-second one shot. And it cost me about, I think it cost me around 20 revives somewhere, because I say he just would not hold on to that special. Because the longer, if he got, the idea was to push him to special 3 and hold him on special 3. Like Aegon seemed to be the one that did the better. Because like you pushed him to special 3, launched your special 3, build up to special 1, and the longer he stayed at special 3, he took more and more and more damage. And with Doom, as soon as you start power draining him, then he takes that damage. Whereas I didn't have any counter for it at all. I can't bother to do any more arena. That'll do. Let's have a look at Alliance Quest quickly. If the boss is down, we'll carry on. He is. Sweet. It's not. Oh, it's just biohazard. Sweet. I knew he'd throw it. Oh, that was harsh. Oop. I forgot what I was saying now. It's getting late. 23 in the morning. Let's get AQ done quickly, and then we'll get that path done. But look at the lag on that. Whew. And then hopefully we'll get something decent out of the dual class. Hopefully. Do I want to ramp her up? There's no plague mind on this bit, I don't think. No, we'll carry on with Ghost Rider. I don't particularly like fighting Mysterio. I always get him on my path on War, which I find very annoying. Because you can't on Node 14. He's you can't help but take damage. By the time you wait out, his damage reflects, and the node starts kicking your ass. I'm down. I always forget where I'm going in the first part. All or nothing. No. I do normally ramp her up before that. And I just take that fight on, but that'll do. So that's that for Alliance Quest. I don't think there's anything left in War to do. There might be. put a small boost on. Let's get this done. Sorry, I've got to concentrate. Done. Sweet. Don't know if I should be streaming this part actually. Probably get told off. I'll just move up to there for now. That'll do me. That'll do me for this bit anyway. Alright. Because at least then tomorrow I can have enough energy to do my path, or finish my path, should I say. And then that's that done. And hopefully we win this one. Right, on to uncollected. And then and that should be enough. I think I need to check if I've got one more path. I think I've got one more path left. If I have, then I'll finish this. And do a dual cast crystal opening. I think this gives you enough. I don't know how much I need now actually. I think it's only about 1,000. So let me just check. So yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's one more path. So I can get that done and give you, at least to give you something to interesting to watch other than Fun Time Arena. And then it's bedtime. For any of you that are struggling with psychoman, I know I've got a horseman on him, but it's you don't need it. It just helps. But if you go into this fight and dash back instead of trying to parry the first hit, then he will get magnetised. If you try and parry that first hit, then you will magnetise won't proc. So just a helpful tip. And then all you do is pretty much build to a special 3 and he'll die. I know this is a 6-star, rank 2, so it's kind of, well, it's pretty much exactly the same as a rank 5 5-star. So so it's not anything to panic about. I just lost all my prowess. That'll do. That should be enough to kill him. I was saying this is uncollected, so this is basically the equivalent of a max rank 5 dead. So it's not. Like I say, I know I got a horseman on there, but that's just the way to get around him. Just make sure you don't parry that first hit of his. Otherwise, you will not get magnetised on him. and then it would be a absolutely horrible fight for you. I don't even think you would really successfully do it. Right. G. Okay. Full energy. And then we get APOC. Yay. I still need to work. Oh, it's Pilfer as well. I definitely need to work on my dexing of his specials, because I always get caught by the last. Oh, I always get caught by the last. The last part. See, always get caught by that last one. And I don't know why, but I just cannot dex it. I don't know if I'm too early or too late. Oh, that was too early. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Uh-oh. So glad I got willpower on. Well, that could have gone a lot better. Over to trusty Cable. Actually really enjoying Cable. Considering I slagged him off when I got him. But I didn't have Apocalypse at the time, so it wasn't exactly a fun time to pull him, because he's rubbish without synergy. Whereas this, he just melts everything. It's great. Don't have to do anything. 8 hits. Yay. I'm having so much fun playing with mutants all the time. I say, I ranked 5'd Wolverine just to play with him. With his critical bleeds and all the bits and pieces that I'd heard about like from people like Legacy saying he's probably the best mutant in the game with the Horseman synergy and stuff. And I actually much prefer Cable. I know it's obviously totally different champions, but to me, it's this is definitely more fun. Like just watching them melt after a couple of hits. Because that was the argument I had with someone yesterday. I can't remember whose stream it was in. It might have been Sergeant. Yeah, it might have been Sergeant's actually. About someone saying about Hyperion's better than CGR. And I personally don't agree in the slightest. Don't get me wrong, I mean Hyperion is really good, but in terms of utility, he has a power lock where Hyperion doesn't. He has Incinerate and Bleed Immune, where Hyperion only has Poison Immune. CGR has a power gain, so does Hype. Hype's a bit more potent than his, but you can cycle it when you know how to play him properly. CGR removes buffs on 5 judgments, which is only 2 5-hit combos and a heavy away. What else has he got? He crits super hard. And he incinerates as well, same as Hyperion does. Probably not as fast, but you can, like I say, Hyperion you can spam specials. CGR you can also spam specials if you're good enough with him. Oh. But apart from that, like, I don't know how someone could say that Hyperion's better than CGR. I really don't. He's got like half the utility as what CGR has, and CGR hits twice as hard as him. So it made no sense. And even with it, there was another guy arguing with him as well, and because he said like named the guy that was saying about Hyperion being better than CGR. He said like you name other circumstances where it's just not for damage, which this other guy did, and the guy just totally blanked it, and it was like there's nothing wrong with you, dude. It must be. Is he metal? He is metal. I'm going to go Colossus anyway. Haven't used Colossus for a while. I do like Colossus. When they buffed him, he was brilliant. And he hits so hard. When you ramp him up and you do get crits, then he can hit like an absolute truck. You know, I'm not even ramped him up and I'm hitting 19k. 19k heavies. See, it's just as fast as Cable. But obviously you're reliant on crits with him. And he doesn't exactly have the highest crit rating. Alright, last fight. See, that was an easy path, wasn't it? You wouldn't think this was uncollected, would you? But the thing is, if I went into this fight with like Cable or someone else, then it can be a very, very, very long and horrible fight, especially if you hit into his block. So like, you don't hit this guy at all into his block, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Because he goes unblockable, and then you're sitting there scrambling trying to get it off. Whereas all you got to do is just build to a special 3 with this guy. Like most things with this guy, special 3. Oh, sorry, my brow was about to run out. I wanted about 40 stacks, but this should be enough anyway. Yeah, it's plenty. That's it. See, that's the uncollected boss done in, what was that, like 12 hits. You don't. So I mean, it's just nuts. I know he's a horseman and stuff, but it is quite funny that he hits that hard. Yay! Way more tier 2 alpha. We need that stuff. Oh, we get units out of that one too. Don't get units out of the rest of it. We don't out of cab anyway, which I think sucks. Right, the crystals. We'll do this opening. Still hunting for Doom. I don't think there's anything else. I don't need to open those. Nope. We'll have that though. Nothing, more nothing. Might as well open that. Ooh. More nothings. Nope. Alright, on to it then. Doom, that's all we want. That's all we want. Oh, was that one there before that? It was. Wouldn't matter anyway, I've got him as a 4-star. I wouldn't shout that way. Come on, Mr. Doom. Stop. Oh, rubbish. Come on. No, not Mojo. No, not her either. Ugh. More Toot. Although I suppose she's actually supposed to be really good, but she's now awakened. So, more 6-star shards. But, yeah. Rubbish. We so badly need Doom. Just to keep the cost down. So, no, that'll do me. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Nope. No, that's it. Wicked. So that'll do me for now, and whoop. Yeah. So yeah, that's me done. I'll probably, I might even try and stream again tomorrow night. See if that does any better. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in and watching and all that good stuff, and the likes and the people that popped in. So yeah, I might try and stream again tomorrow night with another arena. If not, it'll be another couple of days or whatever my schedule allows. And yeah, so I wish everybody a good night, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.